Hey, what's going on guys? Matthew here. Welcome to my channel. I upload behind the scenes of my music videos, tutorials on how to edit music videos and just transitions and effects. And I also just give you guys more of an insight in my creative process with music video creation. So for today's tutorial, we're going to be going over how to do like this trippy zoom shake transition in Adobe Premiere Pro. If you don't feel like watching the entire tutorial, I will be providing a preset down in the description below for you guys to purchase. Let's hop into the computer and get started with today's video. Okay, so once you have Adobe Premiere Pro opened up, you want to find two clips for this transition and drag them into the timeline. Once you have the clips dragged into the timeline, you want to go to the point where the two clips meet each other, because that's where we're going to be applying the transition. And put the playhead right there and press Shift left arrow key twice to jump forward 10 frames. Then we're going to create a cut. I just have a keyboard shortcut, or you can go over and click the razor tool and create a cut. Now we're going to go back to where the two clips meet each other, and we're going to press Shift right arrow key to jump forward 10 frames. And we're going to create another cut. So with those two cuts, we're going to highlight them, right click, and we're going to nest them into their own sequence. And then we're going to be applying the effects for this transition on the nested sequence. So let's just label that transition just so we know. Okay, cool. So now we're going to start applying the effects. So the first effect actually that we're going to do is just keyframe the position and the scale. So let's go to the middle, right where the clip cuts to the next one. And let's change the position to 1920 by 1445 or so. Okay, and then let's go to the end and let's set that back down to the original. So you just press this little reset parameter button and drag that all the way to the end. Okay, cool. Next, we're gonna keyframe for the scale. So we're gonna do 100, and then we're gonna go to the middle, right where the cut happens, and we're gonna do 175 scale. So this is just gonna add like the zoom aspect of the transition. And then we're gonna go back down to the end, and we're gonna reset the parameter back down to 100, so then it zooms out. All right, let's just play that back just so we can see. Cool, just a simple zoom, right? So next we're gonna go to the effects and we're gonna add transform under distort. Then go back to the effects controls and we're gonna keyframe the position at the beginning. And then we're gonna keyframe the position at the middle. And we're gonna change the 1080 value to 1270. Okay. Then we're going to go back down to the end and reset the parameter back down to the original. Next, we're going to be keyframing the scale. So keyframe the scale at the beginning. And then we're going to go to the middle. And we're going to make the scale 280. So then it's going to punch in a lot, right? And let's just go back to the end and let's reset the parameter back to the original 100 scale. So now we got like a really aggressive zoom. Okay. The next thing that we want to do is keyframe the rotation. So for that, we're going to go to the beginning and set a keyframe. Then we're going to go to the middle, right when the cut happens, and we're going to set the rotation to 15. Just to give it a slight rotation. And then we're going to go to the end and set that back down to 0. Let's play that through. Cool, now we have like a zoom rotated kind of transition going on. Pretty neat. Next, we want to set the shutter angle to 180. So this is just going to like kind of sell the zoom effect a little bit more and add like motion blur, so it doesn't look so like artificial and digital. Pretty cool. Okay, So next we are going to add another transform effect on it as well. And for this is going to be like the shake aspect of the transition. So we're going to keyframe the position at the beginning, and then we're going to go like a few frames forward, and we're going to set the positioning to 1783 and 1059. Okay. Then we're going to go forward a little bit again, and we're going to do 1290 by 1080. Let's go forward again a little bit more, and let's set it to 1908 and 1412. So now we're seeing it's adding like a little bit more of the shake aspect. Let's keep going. Let's change this to 4786 and 2174. Okay. Now we're going to do 2630, and we're going to do 1586. Okay, we're almost there. We're going to set that back down to the 0 value. So just press the reset parameter and drag that keyframe all the way to the end. And you can play with like where all those shape keyframes are. It doesn't have to be specifically in the distance that I placed them. I can drag this one more in the middle, space them out, bring them a little closer. You kind of just adjust that based on how you feel it looks. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty sweet. Okay, let's keep going. So then we're gonna keyframe the scale. So set a keyframe for the scale at the beginning. Go to the middle, actually go to like the second to last keyframe for the position, and let's set this to 117, and then go to the end and then set the scale for back down to the original. Pretty sweet. Next, we're going to add a brightness and contrast effect and apply that to the transition. So for this, we're just going to be keyframing the brightness value. And for that, we're going to start at 0, and then we're going to go a few frames forward, set it to 67, go a few frames forward, set it to 0, and just kind of repeat that process. And again, you can space out the keyframes however you would like. I'm kind of just doing it randomly. So 67, let's go to 0, let's do another 67, and then let's bring the last value to 0 just so it fades out. Cool, now we have like a little bit of the flashiness. Okay, so next we're going to be adding an invert effect. So type in invert, and it's under channel video effects. So for this, we want to go to the channel, and where it says RGB, go down and click in phase chromiance. And we're going to keyframe the blend with original. We're going to set that to 100, so the effect isn't being applied. Then we're going to go to the middle, right when the cut happens, and we're going to set that to 0. And let's go back to the end and set that to 100 so it fades out. And let's play that back. Pretty cool. Kind of adds like a little trippiness to it. And for the last effect, we're going to go back and add a brightness and contrast. So for this, we are going to keyframe the brightness and the contrast. At the beginning, we're going to go to the middle, right when the cut happens, and we're going to keyframe the brightness to like 68 or so, and the contrast to like 65. Cool. And let's go to the end, and let's just reset the parameters and drag that all the way to the end. Yeah, so that's pretty much the basics for this effect. You can go in and, you know, tweak the values and space them out differently. You can also go and like easy ease some of these. So like if I were to highlight all the beginning ones, all the beginning keyframes, right click, and we'll do like ease out, for instance. Let's do that. Right click, ease out, and let's go to the end keyframes and let's ease in. So we're going to highlight them, right click, ease in. And then you can go and adjust like the speed of all that by just clicking down the drop arrow and adjusting like these little graph things, but you can play with that on your own time. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something new. If you did, please leave a comment down below and drop a like. And please be sure to subscribe. I will be uploading more content like this on a weekly basis, so be on the lookout for that. And turn on post notifications so you get alerted every single time that I upload. I hope I see you next time. Peace.